around and buzz.
What's up, baby? Say welcome to another edition of Kappa Comparison Picks. Why do you mumble? Speak clearly. Welcome to another edition of Kappa Comparison Picks. I am Nora, and I am...
I'm me.
I know. I gotta fix the camera. Okay. Welcome to another edition of Kappa Comparison Picks. I'm Ranj, and today I will be giving you the Kappa Comparison Picks for select fights for UFC Vegas 33. I did do 2 videos already this week. I did an early prelim video and more prelims yesterday. I think this is the prelim. This is co-main event because they moved it all around, and this is on the main card. So that's why I have to call it select fights. Excuse me. And this one, the co-main event, I would have done it tomorrow, but I already did the paperwork yesterday before they switched it around. So, and there was a fight added though. Nicholas Stoltz, he's back on the card. This time he's taking on that Gooden. What's his name? John Gooden, I want to say. And let me just double check. Yeah, Jared Gooden and Nicholas Stoltz. So I will have a 3-fight show video tomorrow, also including the main event of Uriah Hall versus Sean Strickland. What?
How do you draw a tornado?
I would draw. Start here and just make bigger and bigger and bigger, bigger circles. That's how I would do it.
Okay.
But that marker is starting to. And why do you always gotta use blue? Why don't you use the colors I don't use? Or black? Why don't you use the colors I don't use? Anyway, let's get into this. Sorry for the little lollygagging and messing around. But I think this is headline the prelim fight. We have female fight bantamweight between Nicco Montano, and Yanan Wu. Nicco Montano is back. She was the very first female bantamweight champion. She was given that belt after her great performance in Ultimate Fighter, where she went through a slew of opponents such as Lauren Murphy, Montella De La Rosa, Barb Hanchak, and in the final she beat Roxanne Modafferi. That was quite a while ago. Then UFC stripped her of that belt because she kept messing around, got injured, and she didn't fight. And she was supposed to go against Valentina Shevchenko. And some people are saying she just kind of like tried to bow out, but and other people's like she had a legit injury, she couldn't fight. Oh my God, it says Barberena. I'm not on that fight yet. Okay, I'm on the female fight, Nicco Montano and Yanan Wu. So anyway, since the Ultimate Fighter, she's had, I think, 7 total canceled bouts. Well, it was like 2 canceled bouts, that Valentina, and then another one, and then she lost to Juliana Pena. So I'm gonna pull up her Tapology really quick. I think I have it up. I just want to double check because I know there was like some crazy gap in Nicco Montano's fight history after she was stripped of that. Yeah, it was 2 fights. Valentina Shevchenko canceled, Sarah McMahon canceled. Then she took a loss to Juliana Pena and had 5 more canceled bouts. 3 of them were against Julia Avila, right? Yeah, Julia Avila. One was Carol Rosa and one was Macy Chazon. Anyway, all these canceled bouts. She hasn't fought since her loss was back in 2019. Okay, she here is the heavy favorite, minus 240. Here's something very interesting, guys. That line moved drastically. It opened up at minus 180. Now she's a minus 240. That means tons of money has been coming on the former champ in Montano. Let's see why. Because her opponent, Yanan Wu. Oh, by the way, Montano fights out of Syndicate MMA. She's a Syndicate. I think that's what they're called themselves now. And that's in Las Vegas. Amongst the fighters there are Roxanne Modafferi, who she beat in Ultimate Fighter final. Alexa Connors, Emily Whitmire, and JoJo Calderwood also train out of. But on her Instagram, I saw her with Norma Dumas and a picture of her after training. I think it was during COVID. It was a while ago. It was like 2020, I think. But she was she had a picture of her, Norma Dumas, and some I want to say some amateur Asian fighter. I don't know. They didn't place the names or anything. Norma Dumas said in the comments, "Thanks for the training" or whatever. That's how I only know. Anyway, her opponent Yanan Wu, Mulan. Mulan comes in with a record of 11-4, but a lot of those wins were against cans. I tell you, cans. If you look at Tapology, her opponents had records of like 0-0, 0-1, 0-4, all this stuff. And anybody with a decent record, she lost to. She lost to Yana Kunitskaya. She lost to Gina Mazzani, Mizuki Inoue, and Jocelyn Edwards. And the only decent person she beat on her Tapology resume is, I just looked at, Lauren Mueller. Lauren Mueller, but that was a short notice replacement for, I think Shayna Dobson got hurt or something. I don't know, that was a short notice replacement, yeah, for Shayna Dobson in China. However, it didn't go to the judges' scorecard. Yanan Wu actually armbarred her in round 1, but I guess stand up. I didn't watch the fight, but I guess stand up. Lauren Mueller had the advantage, was out striking her, but then she threw that armbar in there and got the victory. Yanan Wu was training out of Tiger Muay Thai, but that was pre-COVID, I think. I think it was like, I want to say it was about 2 years ago. Now, she just put an Instagram post up, the first one in over 7 months. She was training somewhere in Los Angeles, because in her Instagram video, I had to translate it, but in Chinese she said, last day of training in LA, going to Vegas tomorrow or today or something, later today, I don't know, it said something like that. But anyway, Yanan Wu, Tiger Muay Thai? No, not really. Somewhere missed to replace in Los Angeles. But the good news is she is training, and in that video she posted, she looked good. I'm just saying, she looked better. Like, she lost weight in her face. Her face wasn't as chubby as in other pictures. I don't know what that means, you know, take it for what you will. Her last fight was a loss to Jocelyn Edwards by unanimous decision. Before that, she had a split decision loss against Mizuki Inoue. So, and like I said before that, she had the armbar win over Lauren Mueller. Short notice replacement though, and that was in China. So she had the support of her fellow countrymen behind her. She couldn't go and lose that one, right? Mulan has a 3-inch height, 1-inch reach advantage over Montano, and she has a little bit of age advantage too, considering that Montano is 32, Yanan Wu is 25. So if you're taking the age into consideration, she's got that. She got the better record, but like I said, a lot of these wins were against complete cans. Whereas Montano went through that Ultimate Fighter slurry of notable names. I like your bad weather. Let's see what these cappers have to say, huh, Nor?
What are the cappers gonna say?
What are they gonna say? We're gonna start with the huge favorite. Oh, Yanan Wu was at plus 145. Now look at plus 205.
Mr. Wu.
Miss Wu, it's her.
Miss Wu.
Yanan Wu.
Mrs. Wu.
She's the girl in the.
Miss or Mrs.
Anyway, taking Nicco Montano. We've got Dev the Dude. Dev, last night on my show, he commented
Mr.
my picks are in. So I was like, no problem, brother. I will use them. And here I am using his picks. Dev the Dude 1 is taking Nicco Montano. Then we've got the MMA fortune teller. The teller. It's a little bit late for a chocolate donut, don't you think? Oh well.
It's my dessert.
Yeah? Then we've got Bert right here is taking Nicco Montano right here. By decision right there. Rani's MMA breakdowns. Rani also taking Nicco by decision. Greedo plays. What's going on, guys? It's Greedo, and I don't know how he's like really. He speaks real fast and loud. I like it. A lot of excitement in his voice and his presentation. And I like in the background he just plays clippets of different fight clips. Like nothing too much, just enough, like a 3-second or 4-second clip and replay of both fighters. And it's good. Check out Greedo Plays. Links in the description. And finally, to round this out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Ooh, I got a 6th one. King of Crackdown, 9053. He's saying submission for Nicco Montano's 2nd round. Hey, I likey. So that's a full capper consensus. A full capper consensus is when
all the handicappers pick 1, 2, or 1 person.
all the handicappers throw some lucky pearls.
Donut. Lucky pearls.
Lucky pearls.
Donut.
It's when all the
Lucky
handicappers
pearls.
pick
Donut.
one side, and in
Lucky
this
pearls.
case, everybody's picking the former bantamweight, at one time undefended bantamweight champion in Nicco Montano to beat Yanan Wu. And I can't, because Wu and her extraordinary record of beating cans, compared to Montano's record of beating dominant UFC well, not dominant, but known fighters in that Ultimate Fighting season. What was that? 2017, 2018 something? I don't know. But I gotta go with the favorite here, Montano. Female fight by decision. However, here's the deal. Wu has the height and reach advantage, and the age advantage, and the better record, and she's been more active in the past, most recent. Even though they've been negative, they've been a unanimous decision loss to Jocelyn Edwards and a split decision loss to Mizuki Inoue. But still, she did have that Lauren Mueller armbar victory. So I'm gonna hedge bet her. That's right, hedge bet the Chinese Yanan Wu. But on Tapology, I will be picking Nicco Montano, but there's no value there at minus 240. And I'm definitely not putting her in a parlay except for the one on this show. But my money is gonna go hedge bet. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna parlay this with whom I pick on these two. But then I'm gonna throw $10 on Woo to make my $20.50 back from that hedge bet. I've already explained what a hedge bet is, so I don't have to explain it again. It's in case your picks don't come through, you can rely on cashing something. All right, moving on. Next we have the welterweight fight between Bryan Bam Bam Barberena and the Vanilla Gorilla Jason Witt. Now let's talk about Bam Bam first. Another huge line movement. Bam Bam Barberena comes in with a record of 15-7. He was not a huge line movement, but decent. He was -260. Now he is a -275 favorite. That means money's been coming in on Bam Bam. You know why? Because he's taking on Jason Witt. Jason Witt just got knocked out by Matthew Semmelsberger in 16 seconds of round 1 by a counter right hook. So everybody, all the cappers, all the population, all the popular pick, and tap out, a lot of people are saying that Jason Witt, the Vanilla Gorilla, has a glass jaw. They might be onto something. Of his 7 losses, 4 of them have been by knockout. He's got 1 submission loss, and the other 2 are via decision. Or it might have 2 submission. I don't know, but I know 4 of them were knockout or TKO, ground and pound. You know, so people are saying because of the recency bias from that Matt Semmelsberger fight, that he's got a glass jaw, very weak, and it's all over the comments, all over everything. So, Bam Bam Barberena, Bryan Barberena, he's coming off win against Anthony Ivy, unanimous decision. He's also coming off a couple big old surgeries. Let me tell you about this. He had first he went in surgery in 2019 for spine, something with his spine. He messed up his back or something. He had spinal surgery, you know. And I'm not sure the whole chronology of events, but then I want to say as he was recovering from his spinal surgery, ready to fight, boom, he got attacked. He had internal bleeding of his, I forget what the body part was, but I know he had collected like 1.5 liters of blood in his abdomen from ruptured arteries in his omadum or something. A lot of medical phrases in there, but I did search it out. So he had back-to-back surgeries, which his in an interview with John Hyoko, Kumite TV, John Hyoko, he had an interview with him, and he said that some of those doctors said, you might not be able to fight again, blah, 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 but he went past the odds. He's like, nah, if there's a chance, I'm going to take it, and I'm going to fight, and all this good stuff, and feel good, Bam Bam Barberena. But you know what? Internal bleeding and spinal surgery, those are they're not like it's not every day people have that stuff going on. So keep that in mind. Barberena trains out of MMA Lab. He's got a 2-inch height and 2-inch reach advantage. He has very good takedown defense, my guy does. Like I said, he's a 275 favorite, was a -260, so money's coming on him. They're trying to make him look less attractive to the bettors. Jason Witt, 18-7. Little bit better professional record than Barberena. Underdog, +235. Why? Recency bias. Matt Semmelsberger, counter right hook. or jab. It might not even been a hook. It was a counter right. It was a jab too, a straight jab, counter straight jab. Yeah, but I watched the interview with Jason Witt. The interview was by Pain Fight Predictions, which is one of the aliases of MMA Genie. Sorry to keep blowing up your spot, brother, but MMA Genie took on another persona, and Pain Fight Predictions had an interview with Jason Witt about, I don't know, maybe early, I want to say it was 3 weeks ago, something, early July or late June, maybe a month ago, I can't remember. But Jason Witt did say because he questioned him. So what's up with you got any, what are you gonna say about the people and your last fight? You got knocked out in 16 seconds. He's got blunt with it. He was like, yeah, he goes, I made a mistake. I misjudged the length, the distance, and lesson learned. And he's been putting it in at Glory MMA. James Krause putting extra hard work in. He doesn't care what the bookies have to say. He doesn't care what the line is. He doesn't care what anybody has to say. He doesn't give a fuck. He's going in. He knows the work he's been putting in, and he's gonna take it to Bryan Bam Bam Barberena. As he and MMA Genie there, or Pain Fight Predictions there, he said, you know, you're a 3-1 underdog. He's not quite, but almost. His 3-1 would be, he'd be a plus 300, right? But he said, it doesn't faze me. I don't care. I know the work. I liked the interview from MMA Genie there, whatever. So let's see what this cappers have to say in regards to this welterweight fight. Okay, first, taking Barberena, we've got King of Correctdowns. KFC is saying TKO for Barberena in the third. Really? You think it's going to go to the third round, bud? Maybe. You're like the only one, because everybody else has it going early, like Greedo. Greedo saying KO in the first. Greedo has no respect for Jason Witt, doesn't even think he belongs in the UFC. Man, 18-7 though, come on. Rani's MMA breakdowns. Also, Rani saying KO in the first. Then we've got Bert right here, saying a KO in the first, right there for Barberena. The MMA fortune teller, the teller. And finally, Dev, the dude, is saying this is one of his lock of the card. Making this another full capper consensus. I don't have to do the dance again, right? I'll throw a couple lucky pearls out there for you guys taking the underdog in Jason Witt, because you're gonna need that luck. But I don't know, man. Barberena, I think he's definitely not minus 275 in my book. Yeah, Jason Witt might have a glass chin, kind of. I mean, Matt Selsberger is not like a weak sap, and I'm just saying he's got other fights. I looked through his Tapology thing. He's got some wins in there. He's got some knockouts himself too. And this might be a trap. It's a trap. I'm just saying it could be. Look at that line moved from 260 to 275. So even more money's coming. The bookies are loving it, I think, because tons of people have the dude lock. Greedo, also very confident. A lot of these guys very KO first. So you see the consensus, the popular opinion. I think Tapology has 80% taking Barberena, 20% taking Witt, I do believe, or that might have been the odds for this. I can't remember, but everybody's going against Jason Witt. I don't want to. I really don't want. I did watch the interview of both guys from different interviewers, and I think that he got caught, Jason Witt. He got caught with that counter right, and I'm going against the Cappers. I'm taking the good old Jason Witt. I'm fading Barberena because of his surgeries. You know, he even said himself that some of his doctors said maybe he shouldn't go back into fighting. Maybe he should take another career. So I mean, and his last fight against Anthony Ivy, he was supposed to dominate that went to a unanimous decision victory. I know Jason Witt, and in Jason Witt's interview, he even said, he was like, I know everybody just thinks I have one path to victory, and that's through wrestling. But he's like, I'm going to show you all I can strike too. I mean, he might just be saying that. He said something similar when he took on Matt Semmelsberger, of course. He said he's going to knock him out in round 2, and look what happened. He got knocked out in 16 seconds. He just misjudged the reach of his foe, his opponent in that case. But I think Glory MMA, James Krause, they have recipes of how to beat certain fighters. I think they've been working well with Jason Witt. I don't know. I'm going to go against the Cappers, and I'm going to take this plus money. And he's going to be my Tapology pick. How you like that? How you like me now? I really don't care. I know Bella's going to say, oh, Witt's going to lose, and, you know, and probably Montano or Wu's going to lose. She just takes the... Bella's one of my subscribers. I hope she's a subscriber. I know she's one of my commenters, which I like seeing her comments. If she's even a she. It could be a dude being a troll. I don't know. But anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm taking against everybody. I'm taking Jason Witt. Call me crazy, but if I come out right, you're gonna call me smart and a genius, just like the Chinese commenter in my comments. I translated his name too, but I forgot it. It's something like don't fear Roy or something. It was weird. It was a weird translation. But anyway, moving on. Next, we're gonna go over the co-main event. This, of course, was slid into that because the first co-main event, Chris Dawkins and Shabala Rock, what was his? Forget it. You know what I'm talking about. That was X'd out. Shamal, whatever. Chris Dawkins' fight was X'd out, so that's gone. So instead of having Gloria DePaula and the other girl there, Cheyenne Buys, instead of having that fill at co-main event, they moved this one up. But like I said, they did that today or late last night after I'd already did the research. So I'm going to cover this fight right now with these cappers. Let's go. Okay, Kang, big movement here. Again, this one's legit big movement because Kang was a minus 140 favorite over Yahya. Yahya was an underdog, plus 120. Make some money on that plus money. But now, Kang is minus 118 favorite, so that dropped from 140 to 118. And Yahya is now a minus 102, meaning you cannot get plus money whichever side you take. You better put it in a parlay or prop it out in order to get that plus money. So, Winston, are you moving the whole... Move over. Look you're shaking the whole thing. Alright. Time check. I'm doing pretty good. Okay. Kang is 33 years old. Yahya is 36. Kang is fighting out of South Korea, out of the Busan Team Mad. His main training partner is Korean Superboy, Duho Choi. You guys, if you're into fight or UFC mixed martial arts, you've probably heard the name Korean Superboy Duho Choi. But as of late, I think he's on a 2 or 3 fight losing skid as of late. But anyway, that is, and he's a featherweight. This is a bantamweight fight. But that is Kyung Kang's main training partner over in Busan. Busan happens to be where my mother was born. I was born in Seoul, if y'all need to know, on a U.S. Army base because I'm a half-breed. My dad was American GI, oh, miso. Anyway, no, that's disrespecting my mom. I love my mom. She was never like that. They met at a bus stop or something. But anyway, Kyung Kang, 17-8, coming off a win against Ping Yuan Liu, split decision. That was back in 2019, so a little bit of a time out of the ring, just like Montano though. You know, 2019 for her too. It's been a little bit of time without fighting. However, he is 4-1 in his last 5, and his one loss in his last 5 was a split decision against Ricardo Ramos, where he did outstrike him. So if you want to go by the stats, he should have really won that decision. And if it did go his way, he would be on a 7-fight win streak. Keep that in mind, boys and girls. Okay, he's got a 3-inch height and 5-inch reach advantage. His UFC debut was in 2013. He's a Korean Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu champion, and he was a Road FC champion. That is like a promotional league over there in Asia, regional scene. Okay, he's taking on Yahya. I love that name. Yahya is coming off a win against Ray Rodriguez, arm triangle in round 2. Yahya is 3-1-1 in his last 5. His one loss was to Ricky Simone by unanimous decision. Before that, he's been in the UFC since 2011. That was his UFC debut. Before that, we're going way back to WEC days, boys. WEC, remember that? Anyway, Yahya is a 2nd degree BJJ black belt. So when it gets to the ground, he trains at a constrictor team in Brazil. So with Renato Moicano and Luigi Vendramini both train out of there, and they're both right around his weight. I think maybe featherweight, but still within 10 pounds, that's a good training partner, especially if you're lighter. You want to go against stronger guys, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, speaking of Luigi Vendramini, he's getting ready to fight Paddy Pimblett September 4th. So that shows Constrictor Team is an active gym. Okay, Yahya, he's got that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu grappling. Kyung Kang also has a little bit of BJJ. He's a Korean BJJ champion, but I don't really know how much that means, how much that translates. But he does have some good stand-up, outstriking Ricardo Ramos in a split decision loss. These are just different notes I've written down. Yahya, 27-10, though. You guys know how I feel about double-digit losses. That means 10 opponents found ways to beat him. Even though he does have 10 more wins than Kang hasn't reached that. Once you reach double-digit losses, it's like you've hit whole another level. Okay, a level you don't want to be at. All right. So, let's see what these cappers have to say. Starting with the favorite in Kyung Kang. We've got Bert right here, taking Kang by decision. Then jumping over to Yahya, we've got Dev, the dude. Dev said this is going to be a very close fight, but he's taking Yahya. Then we've got Rani from Ronnie's MMA Breakdowns. He's taking Kang by decision. Kang, coincidentally, I have a half-brother from my mother, different fathers, that lives in New Jersey, and his last name is Kang. He's not related to Kyung Kang, though. I know that yeah, I don't know, maybe, you know what? His father was kind of like, took off when he was very young, so maybe, I doubt it though. Kang is a very popular name in Korea. Anyways, just throw that in there. He does not watch my show. But anyway, taking Yahya, we've got the MMA fortune teller. The teller. And back here, King of Correctdowns, 50-95, is also saying Kang by decision. I'm seeing a little trend here. Decision. And finally, to wrap it all up, we've got Greedo from Greedo Plays taking Yahya by submission. Oh dear, it's a tie. What am I gonna do? I don't know. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna take the South Korean that doesn't have double-digit losses and who's a tad bit younger and has a height and reach advantage. And yeah, I'm taking Kyung Kang. I might as well take the Capper's method though and go with decision. Over Yahya. You need more than just a cool sounding name to get the victory here. Yahya is one of them said he's like a mini version of who'd they say? One of those BJJ masters, like one of the oh man, it's right tip of my tongue too. I can picture the guy, I just can't think of his name. It, like Teller says, once you're on camera, all this shit, it's bobbled up there. If I was sitting relaxing on my easy chair on the couch, probably just come to me like that. But once you're on camera, some stuff gets foggy up here and clouded. It is what it is. Anyway, to recap.
Time check!
Thank you. Thanks, Brandon. I heard you remind your sister. To recap, I've got Nicco Montano. I think she'd probably win by decision. However, I am hedge betting Yanan Wu. I was going to do the same thing on Jason Witt, but you know what? Screw it. I'm going all in on Jason. Not all in, but you know what I mean. I'm taking Jason Witt as my contest pick and my hedge bet. I will, aside from the parlay here, I'm going to hedge bet that, not even hedge bet, just straight up bet that plus 235 because of the interview with Pain Fight Predictions. Even though everybody is counting out Jason Witt because recency bias. Come on, guys, really? And finally, I am taking, the only favorite I'm taking, well, Montano, but I'm taking Kyung Kang by decision. He is a slight favorite. It's going to be a tough fight. This is going to be a very good. This might be fight of the night material right here. Yahya and Kyung Kang. But I'm going to take Mr. Perfect. That's Kyung Kang to get the job done by decision. I think he's going to stand up, outstrike him like he did against Ricardo Ramos, but this time, hopefully the judges will see him, notice he outstruck him. And if it does go to the ground, Yahya should have the advantage. However, Kang might have enough sense to just bring it back to the feet. And that's the way I got it going. So gather the info, place those bets, and cash those tickets. I appreciate you watching. Be sure to give me that thumbs up. Fill the comments with what your thoughts are on these fights, whether you agree or disagree with me. You know, I appreciate all you guys watching. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't done that. I'm trying to reach monetization someday, right? Share with your friends and buddies. Good luck on these bets, and I will see you next time.